Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey there. We're the trio. We're here to help you navigate the many layers of managing a household, prioritizing health, and caregiving with confidence.
Good evening. I'm Leslie, and I will help you to empowering you to be the CEO of your household.
Good morning. I'm Renee, helping you take action as you transition into a multi-generational household.
And I'm Anna, guiding you to creating a comprehensive medical database for yourself and your family. Together, we are the trio, here to support, equip, and uplift you on this journey. Let's dive on in. Our topic for today is decluttering.
Yes.
Guys, did you know that 1 in 4 Americans say they have a problem with clutter?
Mm.
And that the average, and this number blew my mind. It totally blew my mind. And I started looking at my space. It says the average US home contains over 300,000 items. 300,000? Where?
Isn't that crazy?
The average U.S. home, that's amazing.
Where?
Right. Papers, clothing, uh, tools, jewelry items, your junk
Oh
drawers.
my
Those.
goodness. That
They
is
feel
really something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we think of clutter as massive amounts and massive piles of things all over the place. But 300,000 items in an average home, most homes are not that big.
Correct.
They're not
Th-
that big.
They're not
So
that big.
where are we putting these things and where are we keeping them?
Oh my goodness.
that's a
Heaven
great question.
only knows. Heaven only knows. I will say
My.
I will say this that um, some of that clutter can be related to some emotional or something that's overwhelmed someone and not even realizing that you are overwhelmed, whether it's a trauma from a loss of a loved one. We talk about caregivers, being a caregiver and having to see your loved one change mentally or physically can create an impact of where you are in a state of starting to increase clutter. You might not have always been that way, but over time it's happened. And as you said, this 300,000 items, it can come from anywhere. So what do we do about that? What that's emotional weight, and how can we lift that? We want you to be encouraged and empowered that it didn't get there overnight, and it could take either you having someone hired to come in to help you navigate that process, or setting some goals and saying, oh, this is important. Let me release some of this so that it'll help release some of the stress from me, from my life. We want you to just think about that.
Absolutely.
Just think about that.
That's a
Think about
that's hmm that's a great point, Leslie. Go ahead, Anna. Were you gonna say something?
Mm-mm. No, you could go ahead.
Well, I wanted to just share about it says how I think Leslie, what you were saying about how it affects us, it can affect us emotionally in different ways. Clutter, not just having stuff in our house, but um, it could affect us like with depression. Some
Mhm.
people we hear about people saying I couldn't get up for 2 weeks. Well, that meant nothing got clean for 2 weeks or months. I've been grieving for a year or whatever. Also, another thing about this clutter that we're talking about or decluttering, um, like I mentioned, your times of depression era, and you're saving everything and nothing is getting thrown out. Your consumerism, we go
Mhm.
shopping and we don't,
Yes.
which I found out that I learned this, that some people like quarterly. take everything from whether it's the kids, the husband, the whole household, and they basically donate quarterly,
Oh,
whether it's to
wow.
the Goodwill, to friends, whatever. My sister-in-law, when my youngest was little, she used to send me seasonally every like a box of clothes that she had pulled together from her kids. That is something that for it's saying consumerism. We're buying all these things and finding a place to get. That's consumerism, you guys, and we're not taking out at the same time as we're bringing in, and that's a habit that really for some of us we have to create. And then there's those special inherited items
Yes.
and the
Mm-hmm.
keepsakes. That is, Mama and M's china cabinet and Grandma's china and
Yep.
and Pop Pop's lawnmower and
It's
the
politics,
ladder. Yeah,
The
politics.
lawnmower, we get the lawnmower, but we don't even have grass to cut.
no grass to cut it, but you have it because it is sentimental and it's keepsake.
Yes.
And what I will say, one of the things that I will say is, or it's a fact, is there's you can't use all of that stuff. So
No.
you really have to, in this moment, not go backwards, but in this moment, create a habit where you are, if it's quarterly or every 6 months, you are taking things out. And
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, that those inherited things, they are emotional triggers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to depart with them. But at some point in time, we really need to reevaluate and assess the situation.
Mm,
Um, where are you keeping it? What are you going to do with it? Why is it in this space? And even if it's a sentimental item, how useful is it? And it should make sense on certain levels before you keep it. Because at the end of the day, when you look at it, holding on to certain things, those emotional triggers that they invoke, sometimes they're not healthy. And they put us in a place where it will cause us to bring in more things to fit with
Yes.
this thing because of this emotional attachment. And now it's things are growing and you run out of space for you.
Yeah.
mm,
It's that emotional weight. That emotional weight, and how do we lift it? And this is not an easy path to follow because clutter didn't happen overnight, and you
right.
want to give yourself grace um, in evaluating where it is. It could be someone in your family that's very good at helping to organize and declutter. Like Renee, you talked about that quarterly routine. It's starting to set up those small routines
Mm-hmm.
that will say, oh, I need to develop a new routine so I don't get overwhelmed. And what that does emotionally is it's gonna kind of lift off some of that weight that you talked about, where you don't feel like getting out of the bed, where you um, have a sense of just being overwhelmed. But there is a way. There are people that will help you if you need help. Um, Services are available. There are companies that'll come in. There are individuals, but again, it could be a loved one that's very good at helping you move through that. And it's
Right.
okay to ask for that help because it can be overwhelming. And Anna, when you talked about the guilt of holding on to something that someone has given you, what is it important to me? Am I going to use it? What will happen if it releases? Maybe I take a picture of it. Maybe I ask someone else if they need it, but just looking at ways to um, make your space better so that you feel better and you're better to serve others in those situations.
Absolutely. I think decluttering can be also an act of service because
Hmm.
we feel like we're holding on to it. We said for so many different reasons. We got a list of reasons, but it's like really how many sweaters of your grandma do you really need? Like choose one or two, and this is like you said, creating that support system to kind of help you move through that. You do not need all 15 or 30. And it's so funny how it piles up. You don't need six different cast iron frying pans, the one that had your favorite cornbread, the one that had your, like, all of those, which are great memories. But
Mhm.
the best thing that you do for yourself, and I'm going to say this about decluttering, is the other person, the other people who are left to declutter your
That
things.
was on my mind. Yep, you said it.
That
Yes.
is
Woo!
That's
so
the
on
other
point.
side of this story.
Mm,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is a weight that you have now, and then you've put it onto someone who maybe your child or someone who understands how
yep.
valuable your things were to you, but you may, because we don't know how tomorrow is going to end up, someone else is going to have to
Mm-hmm.
declutter, take away. And I will be honest, I hate the idea of all of my valuable things, to me valuable, thrown in the trash versus saying, okay, all the clothes, donate them to this homeless shelter.
Right.
All the pots and pans, donate them to, like, give some direction.
Mm-hmm.
Just give some
Yes.
loose leaf direction. And the main thing is that nothing has to stay.
Right.
Nothing.
Yep.
And it doesn't mean that you've passed away. It could just be that you do not need that stuff any longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that you say that because I grew up in a Caribbean household, Haitian to be exact,
Mhm.
and my mother has 1,000 figurines, 1,000, if
That
not
she
more,
loves dearly.
1,000. And as a little girl, I had to clean them. So a few years ago, I said to my mother, I'm keeping the living room set. Yes, absolutely. But all them figurines, you could start giving them away
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
because I, I'm not a fan. I'm traumatized. And like I said, when I say thousands, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Some pieces have doubles because you have the end table and it has to match. So if you have a huge lamp and you have things around, now there's four to match around the lamp. I'm traumatized. So
Mm.
start the process. If there's certain things other people will appreciate, let them have it. Like I was grateful. My mother-in-law a few years ago, way before my husband passed, she said, she's like, I have a lot of stuff. Let me give certain kids things that I want them to have. And I inherited a big cast iron pot, not a frying pan, but a pot,
Wow.
Wow.
because it was given to my husband and then he passed away. It remained mine. But I was grateful for that because I use it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
use it and I love it. The coloring of when you fry things in it, I love it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're right. Start the process. Share it out. People need direction, and when you're gone or when you're in a state where you can't do things for yourself and you leave this for somebody else, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It's a heavy task to look at. Now, I have to get rid of mommy's things. I have to get rid of daddy's things. Oh, my husband's not here anymore. What am I going to do with all of these things? And if you know for a fact that your loved ones don't want certain things, share it out. Share it out.
I mean, that is a process.
It is a whole
It,
total process. Yep. Mm-hmm.
and it's a conversation. I think maybe about four, right around the pandemic, I had my mom had a caregiver that was coming in, and she liked, like my mom, she liked clothes and suits and the church hats and all the things, right? The shoes that match the suits. And she said, the caregiver mentioned, said that, do you think your mom would want to pare down some of the things? Because let me tell you, you know, back in the day, I don't know if they still do it. I guess they do. Go take your clothes to the cleaners and they send it back with the hanger and the
Yeah.
plastic bag covering.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they
Well,
still
Oh yeah.
every suit had its own, like, you know, two hangers because the skirt was pinned to the one hanger and then the suit jacket was on it, and then it was covered with plastic individually.
Yep.
So she
Yep.
has like all of these cleaner bags and there are all these suits and all these outfits because even the Bible study outfit was hung up. So it was the jean skirt and then the shirt to match. And so she said, she
Love
asked
it.
me if my mom would want to. And so I remember talking to my mom about it. And I'm thankful. One of the things I will say that I pray that I've gotten is my mom was just, she wasn't like, oh, she was over it. She wasn't like, I need to have that. No, y'all can't. You know, she wasn't like
Right.
that. And she loved the idea. She was like, yeah, let's do that.
Beautiful.
Let's go through it.
Oh
She was a
wow.
part of it. We weren't just giving her stuff away. But can I tell you, it was about a weekend. It was about 3 days. And we pared down her closet because she had like had a walk-in closet. All of these, so she had so many suits and hats and shoes to match, and we had to take the bags off of everything, go through everything, and mom was able to say stay go, and at least over half of her closet we were able to
That's a
pull out
beautiful.
and go through. And now, you know, like that was such an important step. It
Hmm.
wasn't, you know, you have to do it every maybe couple years. Maybe you're not doing it every 6 months for something that in depth. But
Hmm.
in order, the gift that she gave us was that we knew that she had wonderful pieces. We looked at them, we laughed about it, right? And we
Probably
organized
some
it.
stories came out of it.
Yeah, the
Are
stories.
you?
Some beautiful memories.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was a great event and it's a great memory now. And those items went to well thought out places. We
Mm.
thought about where they went. So those shoes with the same what do you call it, material that matched the suit, which
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna wear that? But it was beautiful. That's what they did back then, or they do it now too.
Hmm.
But I think
They do.
you can create an experience around donating it. It's so many different reasons why you would do it, and then you lighten the house, you
Hmm.
lighten, you know, the load
Lighten
of
the
it.
Absolutely.
space, you lighten the house, you lighten the clutter in your mind. It's not
Yeah,
just physical clutter, but it's emotional clutter.
yeah,
There's a release, and in that case, there are your family shared in that experience,
yeah,
and so you have a great memory of that. Um, you might not have though someone might not have that same experience, but it might give them an idea like, okay, maybe we can try X, Y, and Z to lighten the load on yourself. It doesn't have to be the weight on the one individual,
right,
but coming up with creative ways to
yes,
say, hey, how about if we, the next time the family gathers, let's just pull out the cookbooks, see if somebody wants one. Let's go through that and then take turns and just making it a part of your events of in life, sorry, that are, again, like you said, memorable.
yeah,
Lift off some of that stress. Oh, how am I going to do? And it takes one step at a time. It doesn't
hmm,
happen. It didn't get there overnight, and it's not
It's
going
not gonna go away overnight.
to
yeah,
go. So give yourself grace. Um, Set some boundaries on what you want to do. I mean,
yes,
American, you talked about um, how much we buy. I mean, people are ordering things every week. Do you really need all that you're ordering that just continues to come into your house? What else could you do that would provide some satisfaction? Even as a caregiver, it just feels overwhelming, so I'm going to order these things.
yeah,
Think of
Yes.
other ways that you can, again, release stress, release maybe anxiety when caring for someone, that you're not putting yourself in a situation where you have all of these things that may not be useful to you, but you could use other ways to um, enjoy yourself, even with being a caregiver. Because
Yeah,
it's not just we want to heal. We want healing hearts. I'm working with my loved one. I want to, even in the space of caregiving, to have that grace for yourself as well as those you're caring for and with.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and the thing is, there's such a shame attached with clutter.
Mhm.
And yeah, it happens. And yes, there is a point where it is a little bit excessive, but it does not have to be an overwhelming feeling. It doesn't have to be something that's daunting. And you know, we say things, we simplify things a lot
Mhm.
sometimes, and we're like, oh, it's impossible to be that easy. It is that easy. 10 minutes of picking up trash that you see on the floor, you'd be amazed at how clean the space looks already. You know, setting timers to move things, to get rid of things. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn out process. It doesn't have to be something where you spend a whole entire day pulling everything out, and
Right.
then now you have no place to sit, no more energy to go through it, and it's all sitting there. Increments, pieces,
Mhm.
things you can handle.
I love that. I love that. We could
You know,
talk. We could talk about now decluttering and your household responsibilities as far as your being the CEO of your household. It can limit you in how you have to access information, right? You can't find certain things because I think I put the medical papers over here, or I need to pay a bill. Do I remember where that bill is? You you want to not lower your response time, but be able to, I mean, lower your response time instead of increasing it because you have to find your checkbook, or you have to find um, the doctor's requiring some information. So, like Anna said, you're setting those times to um, get things organized, to lower again the stress. It creates so much stress, and we're here to just give you some suggestions. We're here to just offer some things to think about. You're not alone. Thousands of Americans have clutter. We are a society with a lot. So we want you to think, I want you to think about, how can you limit it? We work on within our own households of decluttering, each one of us, to lower those. So we're living this too, is getting rid of things that we don't need. It's as Renee said, continuum. It's about reclaiming your space. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about you being in charge of what you're responsible for.
I like the
I'm a,
1 hour, 1 room, 1 hour rule. I like that.
Yep.
that is a good thing. After an hour, you take a break. If you can go on, you come back to it. But that 1 hour, you get and again, once you set your mind to it, you'd be amazed at how much you get done. Guys, by the way, let me do Anna's Corner real quick with you guys.
Okay, Anna, come on, let's share.
So, look, guys, we are in a space and in a time where we need to think about the things that we use. There are
Mhm.
certain things we just don't need. Start asking yourself, would I buy it again? Is it good for me? Do I need it? Do I really, really need it? There, I've bought some things and I'm like, why? Why? It served no purpose. It was, and I didn't need it. We have to be in a place now, especially when things are shifting and we have our children. We need to think about them a little bit. We need to think about them. And we have to make life easier for ourselves and easier for the people who are going to take care of us and easier on our pockets. Okay? So think about it. Think about it.
That
That's it.
sounds good.
All
That's,
right, Anna.
well, I hope that you were inspired. Um, we have, think of just one small step to help clear a space. Um, think about the impact that it'll be and how you feel. Team up with somebody. You might have a accountability partner that can say, "Hey, I'll go along with you. I have to do the same thing. You're not alone in this."
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Anna, what's the trash walk?
The trash walk is as you go through anything that looks like garbage right off the bat, just throw it away. Don't
Mm,
think about it. Um, and I kind of implement that with the mail after I stack it up for a little bit because I'll go in the mailbox and grab it and I'll pick them. I could, I kid you not, I have a pile this big. I will pick it up and everything that's junk mail, just toss it right away. Just
mhm.
toss it. And the stack goes down really quick. I should make it a habit to do it as I bring in the mail, but sometimes I don't. But in that 10-minute time frame that I hold a stack, I can eliminate more than half
Mm,
instantly because it's obvious trash. Those mailing cards, the advertisements, the credit cards. Well, I look at it and I know it's trash. Why am I keeping it? Right away, I chuck it.
that's good. That's good. I think one of the gifts that, based on like just a trash walk, which I like that,
Mhm.
was um, when you're caregiving, one of the secret, I don't want to say secret sauce, but one of the benefits was sort of like what you're saying, but just keeping things like cleaning it up right then, like finishing what you're having to do, no matter what it was, and then going right back in and cleaning, putting everything back where it goes, restocking things. Kind of
Mhm.
like when, I don't know if, I mean, it was a long time ago, but when you first have like a little one, a baby or a grandbaby, and you set
Yes.
the table up, you have all
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
Pampers, you have everything set up in one place, but then you have to like constantly, there's a constant cleaning and repurposing and moving through. And I think that's something that just has to become a part of our, like you said about the mail, just immediately taking out that trash.
Yeah.
For me, I throw away all the soaps, bubbles, shampoo stuff, because one has, the shampoo has nothing, the conditioner is full, but they were bought together. Listen, I'm not telling you to throw your shampoo away, but throw some of it. The
I
one
love
is empty. You know, right, Leslie?
I love it. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's real. I mean, this is real life. We're dealing with this every day, and you're going, "Why do I have this?"
Right.
You know, you go to the hotels, don't collect all the extra little
You
bottles.
don't need it. Do not
You
take that
don't need
stuff
it.
home. You don't need it. Stop.
The
I mean,
stuff at home is way better.
it's way better. And it was fun when you first started going to a hotel, but to now, it's like, I'm not going to use that stuff.
I don't use them. I bring them home and I look and I sometimes I end up throwing it away as soon as I unpack my suitcase.
Yeah, I do too.
Right. You
Yeah,
know,
So don't take it. You could leave it behind. It's okay.
yeah.
You're not going to miss it.
no, no. But, work on yourself, even in the traumas, in the retirement could be a reason that you just felt like, oh, I'm not as worthy because I'm now working every day. And so I'm collecting things. Then look at other ways that bring you joy, satisfaction, and at the same time bring create those small steps to declutter.
Yes, and make friends with a secondhand store. Not just, I mean, people now, everybody has like comments about Goodwill and these other places that are kind of bigger
Mhm.
organizations. Now they're selling your stuff. In your local area, there's a secondhand store. You know, they have the $2 Tuesdays
Yep.
and the 95 cent. They take donations. Donate your stuff there or find a food bank that services your community, and they also take donations of clothes and pajamas. Like, you will be surprised, you can get your stuff out, and people that can, what is that saying, you guys, about somebody else's
Um,
trash
one
is,
man's trash is
Is
another
another
man's
man's treasure.
treasure.
even though I think they were talking about a woman, but okay, that's that different subject. That's a different subject. Clothes, it applies to this too.
Yes, I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So, guys, it's almost time for us to get out of here.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it
Give
went
This
by
was
so
good.
it
fast.
went, I can't believe it. So, Leslie, one takeaway you'd give our viewers.
I would say that clearing your space is not just about tidying, it's about healing hearts and that you're creating room and space for other things in your life.
Yes. Yes.
I would say that that's a good one, Leslie. Honestly, creating space for other things in your life. I love that. I would say create those memories. You know, remember those special things, and share and pass them on.
Hmm.
Don't let's live a little bit more surrendered.
Hmm.
Just
Ooh.
both hands up. Like,
Hmm.
why do I need to hold on to all of mommy's 100 suits when someone else could use them? Like, just release it into the atmosphere. Let someone else, let it be a blessing to another family, and just keep the memory in your heart. It's so much better that way.
Amen.
Great advice from both of you. Um, my takeaway is just start.
Mm.
As long as you start, you don't have to think about it. Just start. You know, they talk about jumping for everything. Jump into this and
Mm.
just start. Any room, any level, any tabletop, any bed top, the treadmill, just start. 10
Mm.
minutes at a time daily until you can do a little more. Just
Mhm.
start. Renee, I
Yeah.
have a favor to ask of you today, though,
Uh
before we close out. So, I know there's a drive that's going on.
oh. Oh yes.
Yeah. So, would you mind telling our viewers about it and what it means and how they can partake in this?
Oh, thank you, Anna. Yes. So, my son's foundation, Loved and Protected Foundation, is having its annual donation drive, and we collect hats, scarves, and gloves, new ones. We collect, um, and we also are collecting underwear essentials this year because we've already done it, and we learned. My son learned how desperate children that are in, need or in foster care or homeless, facing homelessness, that is one of their number one requests is for underwear, and we take it for granted. So this year we decided to say we are going to warm the outside and warm the inside, and so that's the hat,
Oh,
scarves, and gloves, and we're asking for the t-shirts, the bras, and the underwear for young boys and girls. And we're collecting. There's if you go to his if you go to his Instagram page, it's Loved and Protected. If you go to his website, it's lovedandprotected.org. You can click a link and it'll take you to all the different ways that you can donate and find out more about who we donate to and why he donates. So thank you. That's it.
so thank you for being with us today. I mean, I love I love our get-togethers. Again, I learned so much and I walk away with great wisdom. Until next time, keep leading, keep loving, and keep letting go. We love you guys. Have a good day.
Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Take care.